Alright, y'all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your girl, Vibe with Juno. You already know we're starting the week off, right? I upload every Monday giving my unsolicited commentary on the latest TV shows and movies. This week we're going in with Powerbook 3, Raising Kanan, Season 2, Episode 4. You know I'm dropping spoilers all through this video, so if you have not seen this week's episode, go ahead and leave and then come on back to hear the rest of my commentary. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you know when I upload next, and as per usual, let's get into it. Okay, so this week, it's picking up, but I really feel like it's slow and steady. But there were some notable mentions that we're going to go over, so let's go ahead and start. We're going to go ahead and start talking about Rock. Rock is getting a bit too big for her britches, okay? Like, she needs to slow down. You're moving too fast. Your fingers keep slipping. Okay, juvenile reference. Sorry. I'm showing my age. I'm sorry. But she is moving far too fast. So her business model is expand, 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 expand. And she is trying to franchise her business. That is her whole concept that she has in her mind, is to franchise herself. It'd be the equivalent of somebody saying, all right, I got one Chick-fil-A, but now let me get like 10 of them. So this is her method. But she decides to move into territory, into a whole new state, which she hasn't done before. So Marvin is kind of telling her, slow down. I don't really think we need to franchise out there just yet. Let's manage what we've got going on right now. And then maybe later down the road, when we know the territory, we know who's out there, whatever, we can go ahead and move out that way. Church, did she listen? No, that'll be a hell no. No, she doesn't. So Rock, decides to send drivers in, or a driver in, which, okay, here's the thing. She really wasn't smart. This was showing her amateur side of things, because she didn't have escorts with the driver, any of the drivers. Like, she just thought, oh, I'm a finesse it. Nobody will know that, it's drugs in these vehicles. She prepared for like police stops and things of that nature, but she was not ready for the good boys, the good fellas. Say hello to my little friend fellas. Like, she was not ready for them. And by them we mean the outfit, the Godfather, the mafia. She was not ready for them at all. So they stand up the first driver, and they take everything, the drugs, everything of that nature. And she sets up a little meeting with Junior and the boys. And she basically tells him to F off in so many words, that nobody tells her how to do business, this, that, and the third, only for her to do the same exact thing again in a little school bus. This is what in a little school bus though. Like, do y'all see the irony in that? She's being slow. Okay, no, never mind. Anyway, you're reaching. Anyway, so she tries the same move again. Like, that was gonna work. And the same thing happens again. They stand up the driver, who is it Morel? What's the guy's name? It's a unique guy. He gets stood up this time. He was the driver. The drugs get seized. Back to square one. He told you he was gonna keep doing this to you because you have to pay the piper. You have to check in. You have to check in. You have to check in. When you come to Jersey, he said, you have to check in. Not only do you have to check in, but you have to pay. Pay me my money. So she's not willing to do that. This obviously bites her in the butt, because she's losing out on tons of money that she could have made if she had just sold her product in the franchises that she's already put out. But hard head makes a soft behind, y'all. So there she go. But, and okay, so this episode kind of just showed me that she's making moves. She's smart, but she still has a long way to go. Sis hasn't really figured out how to clean her money. And I'm like, okay, well, if you're like a big time drug dealer, wouldn't you want to have some like legitimate establishment so that you could clean your money, so that you could spend your money? Because at the end of the day, the whole point of this is to make the bread, spend the bread, get out the hood, etc. Not keep the bread in the stash house and have rats eat it, and you don't spend it. Okay. But she meets up with Chocolate Thunder. Okay, he finna put that hammer down. Okay, so he he takes her to an art gallery, and it's there that he reveals that this is where he cleans his money. So this is why his money is clean. This is why he can spend his money and kind of just live freely under the guise that he's a legitimate businessman, because in reality he is, because he has legitimate businesses and his money is clean, but he also has that dirty side. So, Rod is basically saying, put me on. But at what price, Rock? Because I feel like he's a shark and he's going to come to collect. We'll speak on that when it comes to Lou. But I feel like he's willing to help, but only so much before he himself wants to collect something for his help or for his services that he has offered Rock. But so that, I think the first part of the episode, or just her storyline, is just that she's giving amateur vibes with certain things and losing sight of reality and what's important. So I hate how she treats Symphony, because he's a good guy, he's a straight guy, and when I say straight, I don't mean sexual orientation, I mean legally straight. He is not into any shady business. He truly loves her, truly loves Kanan. Showed up and showed out, showed himself to be a ride or die. But she does this constant pull and tug of war type of thing with him, where it's like, I want you close, but I don't want you close. And when I need you, I'll call you. But when I'm done, I'm going to put you on a shelf. I'm going to sit you on a bench. And he is over it. So she decides she's going to buy a house. Finally, she's starting to spend some bread. She's going to buy a house. And she calls Symphony to be honest, I feel like the only reason why she called him was that so she could look like a family person or a couple in front of the realtor. So it wouldn't be kind of suspicious, where it's like, okay, this single mom, single woman with all this cash is going into this affluent neighborhood, buying this house. It looks as if she has a partner, a stable home life, etc., and it looks better with this white woman. Does that make sense? I feel like that was literally the only reason why she called him. I don't think she gave a crap about his thoughts on the aesthetics of the house, all that architecture BS. I don't think that was for that at all. I think she just was using him for the optics of how she would look in front of that white woman, okay? But he basically tells her, like, leave me alone and let me go. Let me live my life, because this is not working for me anymore. It's no longer serving, and I don't want to deal with this anymore. And it's like, dang, girl, you gonna let a good one go? But let him go, Rock, because you're not good for him. Like, you're just not. And I don't really think she tried, but she's playing herself. So she tried to manipulate the white woman into thinking that she's a legitimate family, couple, whatever. And then she continues to manipulate Kanan. So she sets Kanan up to go to prison to meet his Uncle Vernon, who we all know is not his uncle, but whatever. So he wasn't much help either. That whole interaction, that whole meeting, in terms of whether is a death rock, death calm, something with death, y'all. He doesn't give much insight to whether or not, I mean, he just says that's your dad, but he doesn't back it up with, like, this is the timeline, this is what was going on during that time. He doesn't really give, like, clear details, but the thing he does or is clear about, is put some money on my commissary, put some money on my books. That's like the only thing that, he cares about. But it wasn't really, giving what I think Kanan wanted it to give, which is clarification on whether or not that for sure was his dad, which he says it was, but he still has his doubts. So Rock, is like, okay, you got what you wanted. Everything should be hunky-dory good. I love you. I really feel like she bombs the heck out of Kanan and uses her love as a manipulative ploy. I do believe she loves her son. I do believe she'll, go above and beyond to protect her son. I just feel like okay, I'm a mother as well. I'm a single mom of a 2-year-old. And I just don't see what the big deal is if you just told the truth and just said, Howard is your dad. And I wanted to kill Howard or have you kill Howard because he was exploiting me to tell you. I don't understand what it would be. I mean, like, because at this point, Kanan's doing what he wants to do. He is going behind Rock's back. And she's getting played by Kanan because he tells her, oh, I'm finna go with Famous, or I'm gonna do this or whatever. And he ends up actually going to Howard's house to kick it with Howard. His daddy, y'all. He went to go see his daddy. And Rock was snooping around and she followed him because she felt like something was up. And so now she's in a pickle. I mean, she's been in a pickle, but the pickle is getting bigger. It's marinating in the juice, and the pickle's about to bust out. The pickle's about to bust out. Everything is going to come to light for Rock. I think with the Mafia, the lack of symphony being a balance and presence in her life. You got Shark Tank, aka Chocolate Thunder, on the loose with her. And he's gonna collect. Like, what he's gonna collect, we don't know, but his services are not free of charge. I'm just putting that out there. Prediction. Services are not free of charge. And, her relationship with Kanan it's straining. It's becoming strained because she's lying. She just can't keep it a buck with her own son. So, I don't know, but I feel like her life is slowly crumbling and she's losing the core people that kept her grounded. The only people that are left for real is Lou and Rock. And they're not even on the same page when it comes to franchising and how to deal with the Mafia and all these different things. She's kind of by herself, so to speak. Like, she is, but she isn't. But she's isolating herself from good counsel, from being truthful and honest, and keeping those healthy relationships, happy or whatever. So, and also, let me just say, okay, so Jukebox actually seeks her mom. She actually gets the balls to knock on the door, pronounce herself. She didn't even say, my name is Jukebox. She said, I'm Laverne, okay? I'm going to give you my government so you know who I am. And we finally get to sit down with LaToya Luckett, her mom, and hear her side of things. And for the first time, Rock wasn't lying. I was like, but okay. I feel like there's more to the story, but maybe not. Maybe I could be wrong. But basically, LaToya Luckett tells her, I was really young and I got overwhelmed and I do what young people do, or I did what young people do. I ran away from my responsibilities. I ran away from my commitment as a mom, and I had every intention of coming back into your life when I got myself established and ready and was ready to be your mom. But by the time I looked up, it was 10 years later, got involved with the wrong people. She gives her this whole spiel of, what happened, but God, okay? She said, but now that I know God, okay, because God has come and saved me, amen. Won't he do it? He said he would fight my battles. He brought my daughter to me. So I found it interesting that she wasn't ever looking for Jukebox, but she seemed enthusiastically happy about the fact that Jukebox came and found her. I don't know how I feel about that. It was a little, I don't know. But Jukebox seems satisfied with her honesty and she tells Rock, "Oh, I saw my mom," and Rock wasn't for real like happy for her at all. And I guess, like for me, like I could never imagine walking out on my child, something that I carried within me. I can't imagine, even though my child, 2 year olds, they're a handful. I I can't imagine doing that. So I can see from Rock's perspective, she had Kanan young. She did what she had to do to support Kanan, and she stuck around for her kid. She didn't just up and leave. So I could see how she would be passing judgment on Latoya Luckett's character. I gotta get the girl's name, but I could see how she's passing judgment. But again, I don't know what's gonna happen with our relationship. But Jukebox seems to be excited, cautious, but cautiously excited. Yep, that's it. Cautiously excited about the potential relationship with her mom. Also, Marvin, again, okay, I've joked about Marvin for the past 2 weeks. I'll be serious this week. Family is everything to Marvin. And I think that's very clear when he speaks to Kanan about family is the people that are presently in your life, the people that are invested in you. Essentially, family is who you make it. And I can certainly attest to that. I'm not very close to my extended family or whatever, but I have connected with people through the years of my life and made those people, my family. So he's basically saying your uncles, your cousin, your mom, your friend Famous, potentially his family, people that have been in your corner for some years, those people are your family. So with him telling him that, it didn't put Kanan at ease, because now that he has this open door of who could be my dad, is it Howard or is it DJ Def Def? Like, who, he can't just close that. He's like, it's kind of like Jukebox, where it's like, I need to know, I need to fill this void and figure out what's going on. So it's the same thing. But you see in that conversation that Marvin is not only specifically talking to Kanan, but he's also speaking about his relationship with Rock, in a way where Rock kind of overlooks Marvin a lot. He's the one that's kind of the F up in terms of the three siblings. He's the one that's effed up the most. And so he's, basically saying, I'm here day in, day out, putting in hard work, doing this dirty work for you, and, not necessarily feeling appreciated, but family at the end of the day are the people that are presently here investing, pouring themselves into you. So he is trying, like I've been saying this whole season so far, he is really trying to repair his relationship with Jukebox. But I really feel like the damage is irreversible. Like, you fought your own daughter. Like, So, drop down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Do you feel like he can come back from what he did to Jukebox? Or do you feel like the damage is already done? I don't feel like he can come back. That's just me personally. But I just don't see that happening. But I could be wrong. He redecorates her room. He fixes everything, buys her new things, gets her new clothes, which, by the way, the clothes were all dresses. Did y'all peep that? It was nothing of her style that she currently rocks, but whatever. So there was that. Also, sidebar. Did y'all peep how Marvin's handiwork is starting to permeate the project building? If y'all remember, he killed a man and put him in the wall, and he must not have, this is why you can't be doing stuff like this if you're not a professional handyman, because the drywall, the installation is failing. They are smelling the food. I really thought Kanan was gonna be able to like rip up something and like find the body. Like, when he was rummaging through that stuff, I thought that he was gonna find that, but the smell said it all. So I don't know. Let me know what y'all thought about that. All right, so the whole time last week, I kept calling this girl Jacqueline. Her name is Juliana, and it came to me like right after I recorded, and I'm like, why do I keep calling her Jacqueline? So I got it right this time, y'all. Juliana is shook to her core, and she, okay, this is another example of Rock not necessarily coming through in ways that she needs to come through, because Juliana is telling her, Unique comes and goes as he pleases in here. He makes me very uncomfortable since he did have me at gunpoint the other day, but he still, gets to come in here and shop and harass me, this, that, and the third. And Rock basically tells her he's here to stay. It is what it is. It's the price of doing business, X, Y, and Z. And from Juliana's look on her face, that answer didn't sit too well. So I don't know if she's going to end up closing the shop and moving somewhere else because she doesn't want to deal with this anymore, or what exactly is going to come with that. But I don't predict that Juliana will be around much longer. I don't think that she, wants to do this. All right. So real quick, we're going to talk about Lou. Why? Okay. Crown sold the mixing board. Lou needed money to get a new mixing board. Rock said, I'm going to fund you. I'll give you money, because that's what family do, or does, is take care of family. But then he turns around and goes to Chocolate Thunder 2 to get a mixing board. Okay, he's coming to collect on Lou too. Like, it's just only a matter of time. Like, this man is not going to keep dishing out favors just because y'all kinfolk is kinfolk. Like, he's not going to do that. Like, he's definitely coming back for what the services that he's rendered. But I feel like with them being in the streets, they should be able to sniff out this shark. But for whatever reason, they're gravitated to him. So whatever. Famous has a place thanks to Kanan. Kanan stole from his mother when he was in the death room. He stole from his mom. And okay, so Famous has a place, and I think that they'll eventually put 2 and 2 together, that Kanan is the one that's skimming off the top, because right now they're blaming it on Unique's boy, but Unique's boy was stashing the money there, so I can see why they would jump to that conclusion. But it's been Kanan. It's your son that's doing this, Rock. So but he has a place. I don't know how long he's gonna be able to keep the place unless Kanan keeps funding it, but we shall see. Also, okay, Kanan here's the thing. Kanan, I just find it so funny. He basically was telling his mom early on in the season that he was shook up by shooting Howard, doesn't want to be in the life, doesn't want any parts of it, wants to go back being a regular teenager, only for him to just want to be in grown folks' business even more. Did y'all peep that? I was like, what's the point of this? Like, what is your purpose of wanting to be so involved if you are just not interested in being in life? Like, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. This episode was pretty good. I feel like it's slowly picking up. We're almost, we're almost to the halfway point. I can't remember if I think it's 10 episodes. So we will be at the halfway point next week. So as per usual, drop your predictions down below. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification as well. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. It costs nothing to subscribe to my channel. It is absolutely free. It helps me out and lets me know that you guys are enjoying the content. So once again, thank you guys so much for the views and the support, and I will pick it back up with you guys next week. Bye.